I worked about 10 years in the community, and it's a little different in the community working as a person of color than in the hospital, for sure, because you're in people's homes. It was not uncommon, and I don't use like two double negatives, I'm using them anyway, for people to say to me, could you find a white person to take care of my mother or my loved one? And to that I would always have the same reply, which would be that I will tell your new case manager that that's what your preference is. And they would say, oh no, you're okay. And I would say, well no, because if you're racist, you're racist. But people not even recognizing that you're talking to a person who's not white and asking for somebody who is white to care for your family member, and not even recognizing it. So it was a little bit different out there for sure.
So this is in community nursing?
In the community nursing, you'll get it more, people will be more direct with you about your skin color and how they feel about it. And in those days, I'm just trying to think, there was an East Indian girl, and there was myself, and I think there might have been an Asian rehab staff, but virtually everybody else was white. And so I didn't really notice, because my whole life has been kind of like that. I was the only black person in the whole school when I was a kid, so didn't really recognize it until things were said to me, like I'd like a white person to take care of my loved one. Or in the hospital, at the university hospital, it was just assumed that I was a housekeeper. It seemed that way. That's how people spoke to me. They actually addressed me that way. And I don't remember really too many other nurses that were not white, I guess is the way I'll put it, because we do have other people that are of color that are not necessarily black. But back in those days, it was mostly white. All the prestige jobs, the doctors, the dietitians were always white. And now I go to rounds every day with at least 10 people, and there might be one person in the group that's white, and I'm finding that it's been a big shift, and not just black, but brown and Asian and just people from all over the world. And I actually love it, because the people that we're providing our care to, they're also really a diverse group. And so I think for them it's really nice to be able to see someone that looks like them. Maybe they're not actually looking after them, but they're around them. And sometimes you're pulled aside by somebody if they have something that they want to say to you that they might not want to say to what they usually call a European nurse, which I assume is white. Just mostly those people that are telling me that they need white people to care for their loved ones, I would just go straight back to the office, straight into my manager's office and say, you need to find a new case manager, I'm not doing it anymore. Well, why not? They want a white worker, I'm not white, so I'm not doing it. But Ruth, that's the person that's providing care. I don't care. If they're racist, they're racist. At work. At work I have the right to feel respected, and to be treated the same as everyone else. So that's just the way it's going to be. And no one ever said no. It can be very, very busy working in the union, but at one of the annual general meetings, we had put to the floor that we would like caucuses for people of color, for gay people, I can't even remember what else, and it was voted down. The nurses said, you don't need that, all nurses have the same concerns. That one literally just made me pissed off. There was no other words to describe that.
That was a convention.
That was a convention that the nurses, predominantly white, said, oh, people of color, it's no different for you than it is for me. And it generally wasn't or isn't necessarily kind of in your face. But I don't even know how you just know that it's happening.